And a really familiar story for Manchester United in the Champions League this season. It's not desperately or definitely, over right now, but it could be at 10 o'clock tonight. And that's if the game in the group, the other game in Group A, Bayern Munich, if they lose that game, that means that ultimately Copenhagen win, Manchester United are out. But look, let's talk about game management, because it feels like we are doing it a lot with Manchester United, especially in the Champions League. What's going wrong?
It's back to that game management, as you said. It sounds like a broken record. I feel like I've been saying it for years now, that the lack of leadership. You think of the experience you've got in the team as well, Laurie. You think of Lindelof at the backs, play for Sweden, Harry Maguire, play for England for so long. You just said to your central midfield, the centre of the pitch was wide open. It was absolutely wide open. People just running through it all the time. And when you're 2-0 up, Harry Maguire, Lindelof, Scott and Amrabat, stay here. Don't go. But just make sure you. And it was end to end. It was a game they didn't need after being 2-0 up and 3-1 up. It was absolute madness.
Amrabat was one of the changes as well, and Erik Ten Hag still bringing him in because he's got more experience. When you're talking about that game management, who's more at fault, the manager or the players on the pitch?
Well, no, I mean, everybody is in that moment. I mean, obviously, I think the subs will probably get some criticism just because at that point they were completely in control of the game. But that's the issue. United don't really control games. You know, even on the weekend against Everton, I know they played well. They had less possession than Everton. Today they had 42% possession. You know, Scholes's right. You're 2-0 up. Just play deeper. You know, you're in the lead. You don't really need to be high up the pitch. So I think that is a huge thing they need to address. When they concede one, they tend to concede another one. You know, they did it against Galatasaray in Manchester. They did it, you know, in Copenhagen. They did it in Munich, and they've done it again tonight. And that's something they need to address. Be a little bit more compact. United
his defence nervous. He makes the old team nervous. He makes simple saves look really, really difficult. And look, it's testing the nerve again. Near post. Oh, look, we'll have goalkeeper experts on who probably know more about this than us. But again, I don't think he should be beaten in the near post, and I think his position is poor. So for me, all 3 goals are down to him. I mean,
first of all, that's a brilliant first touch and finish. I think the second one, I think he anticipates Martial's going to get a little flick, and that probably just puts him off. And then, I think we saw that in Munich on the first goal that they conceded. I think it was Sane. He doesn't get his body behind the ball, so if he misses it, it's just going to go in. I think on that one was the same. So his technique is, but we don't know anything about goalkeeper, but his technique looks.
Everything just looks awkward, doesn't it?
Slightly unconventional.
Yeah, unconventional, good word.
He is the Erik Ten Hag signing, so does he take ultimate responsibility for that, Eric?
I think managers ultimately do have to take responsibility for the signings. It's a shame, Sam, because in the last few weeks in the Premier League especially, he's starting to look OK.
He's been really good.
Yeah, he's looking a lot better still. As Owen said, making unconventional. And it's the Champions League where it's been a real struggle for him. I don't know why. Is he too casual? I don't know. You see him having a little smirk to himself. I just think he's a bit too relaxed. I don't think his concentration is all there. For a goalkeeper, concentration is the most important thing.
And you must we spoke at the beginning of the match before it even started about the occasion and how, as a professional player, you go and you feed off these kind of environments and that kind of pressure. Is it different for a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I think it's very different. I think obviously there's more pressure. Obviously being a goalkeeper, I think at Manchester United, he's played at some massive clubs. You know, Ajax and Inter, and he's done brilliantly. Played in some huge games. I think he's obviously got big, massive confidence. But obviously, he's made a couple of mistakes, and maybe they're weighing on him. I think the ones with those free kicks, people in front of him, he can't really see the ball. He anticipates getting a little flick. So I think there are things he could probably tidy up quite easily with the goalkeeping coach. You know, technically, I'm sure they could look at it.
Sorry, you think of the other team as well, thinking, watching the goalkeeper, and he's nervous, he's all over the place, think, we're just going to shoot, we're going to cross the ball, getting the ball in and around him. He looks like he's going to concede every time.
Is that what we saw with the equaliser? I know you're saying it was obviously brilliantly taken as well, but is that what they started to do? They thought, look, we see a weakness in him, we're just going to start shooting from all over the place.
Well, that's the issue you can have. I think he can make some world-class saves. We saw that last season with Inter, but those simple ones that are bouncing in front of him, you know, we saw what in the first game against Bayern Munich, and then obviously again tonight. That's something he's going to have to tidy up. I don't think it's a hard fix, but obviously when players see that, they're going to keep doing it time and time again. And obviously he'll know that they're soft goals. He's a much better goalie than he showed tonight.
OK, right. Well, Manchester United really needed that win, but it was a draw today. We will know later on what their fate will be saying. That man there, penny for his thoughts. Erik ten Hag picking up just a draw in the Champions League that could be out by the end of the night. Back in a minute. Currently, between Galatasaray and Manchester United, it is 2-1 to the visitors. We're getting the second half very, very soon. There is live international cricket this weekend as well, because England kick off their white ball tour at the West Indies. The series starts with the ODIs on Sunday, and every ball is exclusively live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. OK. Oh, and I want to start with you, because so far in Manchester United's games in the Champions League this season, 23 goals is the number of goals that have been scored and conceded, which puts them top of the tree. So they're entertaining, to say the least, aren't they?
Yeah, must-watch. They're must-watch TV. Obviously, going forward, they score some goals, but they concede a lot as well. That first half was brilliant. I mean, it was a brilliant start to the game for Manchester United. We said somebody needed to step up. You know, Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho stepped up in that first half. So I think Erik ten Hag would have been delighted, really, with the start of the game. And it's great. Bruno Fernandes, little 1-2 with Højlund, who does brilliantly, linking up. Great little set. And I'll tell you what, Scholesy, that's some finish from Garnacho.
Yeah, it's a great finish, great football around. I love the centre-forward play from Højlund, really strong and aggressive against his man. And Bruno's in the position he should be in. He's a number 10. He's got the quality to create these type of chances. And a wonderful finish again from the young lad.
Yeah. Look, it's obviously confidence that's breeding through this team. And Rio said it earlier on. He was saying, look, confidence, the classiness, and then they kind of let it go a little bit, because I want to talk to you about... I tell you what, tell me about this goal, first of all. Bruno doing something very right here.
It's a brilliant bit of play from Luke Shaw to have the awareness just to flick it around the corner. And then, again, it's Bruno playing in the position where he is most effective. And he's capable of that. He can play a man in, or he can shoot from the edge of the box. And it's that nice little whip and dip in the top corner. Great goal.
Then not long after that, it's a mistake from Bruno. He's attempting a recovery run, gives away a free kick. From your experience in that position, how wrong does he get it?
Well, it's not really a mistake, though. It's, you know, you see, like, obviously, McTominay at the top of the pitch and Bruno Fernandes there. If Scott's in his more natural position, Bruno won't have to make that run all the way back. He's the captain, he's making a run back. Obviously, he's on the wrong side and he fouls just because he has to. But really, if you're 2-0 up, Laura, you need to be in the right position, your players. And obviously, then the resulting free kick there. Ziyech is on top of the ball. Onana can't see because of the two players in front. Takes a step to the left when he probably shouldn't. Just needs to stay there, and we'll see it from another angle. But it's not really a great free kick. If Onana stands still, he probably saves it. But once he takes that step to the left, Laura, he can't really get back.
See Icardi just duck out the way there. The two Galatasaray players split, and then the ball goes straight through the middle of them.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they planned to do. I said to him, you would have thought Bruno would have maybe behind them two. Obviously knowing that they are going to aim for them and can get out of the way. But if you look, Icardi's really clever, because he does get out of the way, but he's also looking at the keeper, and he's right in the keeper's eye line. As Owen said, that step to the left has killed him, really, and, you know, the goal's gone in. OK, right, well, look, it's a game of two halves, isn't it? Of course, with Manchester United, it always feels like it is very much hit and miss, and at the moment, they're where they need to be. They are 2-1 up, courtesy of those two goals early in the first half. Alejandro Garnacho picking up where he left off, Bruno Fernandes, and then that man there, Hakim Ziyech, making it 2-1 with that free kick. The second half is coming up next. As we said, it's OK at the moment.
إنريكي وراء معاناة كيليان مبابي. يتسبب لويس إنريكي مدرب باريس سان جيرمان في معاناة واضحة لنجمه الأول كيليان مبابي. وذكرت صحيفة ليو باريزيان الفرنسية أن مبابي يواجه صعوبات عديدة رغم انطلاقته القوية مع البي اس جي منذ بداية الموسم الجاري. وأشارت لأن كيليان مبابي سجل 17 هدفا في 17 مباراة مع فريقه، لكن النسخة الأفضل منه تظهر مع المنتخب وليس مع بي اس جي. وأوضحت أن النجم الفرنسي يعاني من قلة اندماجه مع أسلوب اللعب الذي يصر عليه لويس إنريكي مدرب الفريق. وأضافت الصحيفة أن كيليان مبابي يساء استخدامه أو لا يستغل بشكل أمثل مع البي اس جي. وفسرت ليو باريزيان معاناة مبابي بسبب تغيير جلد الفريق ودخول عناصر جديدة على الهجوم. واعتاد مبابي صاحب 24 عاما في المواسم الماضية على اللعب بجوار نيمار ودي ماريا وميسي وكافاني، لكن إنريكي يعتمد هذا الموسم على عناصر مختلفة مثل كولومواني وديمبلي، باراكلو، إليكنج، أونجالو، راموس وأسينسيو.